Good afternoon, everyone. So I will present the solution building project. So I will start first with the team. So I'm Dragul Dobre, IT system architect at Swiss Tropical Public Health Institute. I will lead this project together, then working with my uh, co-equipier experts, Patrick Delcroix, also from Swiss TPH, and Severin from Soldevelop. So we are also working on other projects in openIMIS, especially on the maintenance and support project with the same team, knowing very well openIMIS inside out. So I will start first with the objectives of the solution building project. So there are three objectives basically. So the first objective is to develop the pre-configured solution packages that implementers can actually deploy directly for them to test or even to use in production. But from our experience, solution are not always um, ready to be used as such. They usually require some adaptation and customization. The second objective is to do the needs and gap analysis on what is already existing in openIMIS, and then to identify functionalities that could be further developed in order to enhance openIMIS further. And third objective will be to do robust quality assurance. That's very important for openIMIS, especially when we deliver it and release the solution for the implementers to test and to actually implement. And of course, capacity building, so training to implementers and end users, but also to developers to start working with openIMIS, and especially on specific solution packages that have specific numbers of functionalities. Now, so during the tender process, basically they were identified some solution packages. Of course, other could be identified and has already been the case by OPM by doing the social protection requirements, functional requirements. But I list here what it was already listed in uh, the of references for the tender. So there are several certain number of solution packages, starting, of course, with the basic functionality of openIMIS, which initially was developed, the social health insurance with claiming. So that allows you health insurance schemes to process claim. Uh, Another one, which is an extension of the first one, is the AI-based claim categorization. So this brings to the social health insurance with claiming AI-based categorization capability. There is a core MIS solution package, with these functionalities for the unconditional cash transfer, which was lately included into openIMIS. Some specific solution package that we identify, like the product catalog, where it's a centralized catalog for health services, product, item, services, and related information. Uh, that can be a global registry for different platforms to get information from. Farmer registries. So this was also in discussion some time ago for with the DCI around to farmers and how to manage agricultural social protection programs. Central patient registry, so equivalent to client registry that allow healthcare delivery and data management for patients. Some generic registry on universal dynamic social beneficial registry to track beneficiary across various social protection scheme. Social health insurance with capitation, so there is equivalent to the first one, but the calculation for the reimbursement is based on capitation. And last but not least, voucher program. We saw several programs out there in Cameroon for the maternity voucher scheme, and in Moldova, the agriculture voucher for workers also. So a solution to manage voucher-based programs, which allow to distribution and tracking of vouchers for health services in one case and for agriculture services or work services for the second one in Moldova. Now, as also was mentioned in another presentation, so there are three work packages also defined for the project. Basically, the work packages also match for all the solutions. So in order to create a solution, each work packages need to be applied for that solution. First one, it's also a more generic one where the needs and gap analysis is done to estimate, for example, investment that each resource package requires based on configuration options. So here we mentioned about different configuration options that we need to identify in order for implementers to easily configure during their implementation of the solution. I can exemplify here by the menu position. We saw in normal openIMIS, we use usually on the top the menu. In openIMIS solution, it was another position on the left. Or can we also think about the icon of openIMIS based on the solution and different other configurations as such? We also need to look on the data models and processes. Here again, based on the solution building and solution that scheme that is to be covered by that solution package, which will have their own workflows and user-defined attributes. There we need to see how actually to include those specific needs in that specific solution building solution package. As such, through configuration or to identify points where developments are required in order to allow those specific workflows. And then last point in this work package is to develop the agile strategy. So how actually we will build those solution packages and update the technical roadmap. So part of the discussion of today's meetings based on the analysis that was done before. The second work packages is exactly about the building of the solution package, how we will actually do each of the solution packages. So just to mention here, we are not sure that all the solution packages that were identified or new one that will be identified will be covered during the project. But in those which will be prioritized as highest priority, we'll go through these activities here to create the necessary elements on GitHub to allow them to be stored and get found easily. To define the change request in openIMIS code in order to actually change those elements to allow the package for that specific solution. As I mentioned before, based on the configuration item, based on the workflows and any other element that will be identified in the previous work package. To actually do those code changes in order to allow the change to happen of new configuration elements, new workflows, new functionalities for the new solution and the packages. To support integration of other updated software, so what it will be developed in this project into regular openIMIS releases. So together with the maintenance team, we are the same maintenance team for now. But in the next releases, we need to include the updates which will be developed in this project. And then also to verify and update solution packages, because in the openIMIS release, new bug fixes will be entered, new functionality will be added. So each of the solution packages that will be developed and built, then we need to actually integrate the new feature and bug fixes and make sure it's matching the latest release too. And last work package, it's about quality assurance and capacity building. So to support the product group, so from GIZ, an openIMIS initiative for defining the requirements for the gaps that was identified, to collaborate with the developers committee in solving issues. So basically, once we release a new package, if there are issues, bugs, to basically resolve those issues and also prioritize security for each of those packages. So to align feature request and migration using the agile approach that we'll use. So basically we'll use Scrum for this methodology of working to update and consider training materials for solution specific manuals. So the manual right now, it's big entire manual containing all the functionalities of openIMIS. So if we do a specific package which contains specific functionalities, for example, openIMIS solution, basically the manual should contain only those elements from the manual which covers functionality from openIMIS and not anything else which will cover functionality from the held financing functionalities. So the manual should be built as a modular as possible in order to easily extract section from the manuals, user manuals, and to build one manual for each specific solution. Conduct training session for implementers and users. So basically, once we release a package, then to have a training session where we explain how to maybe install, how to work with that, which functionality it provides, and how to go through the workflow, so that the generic workflow of that specific package. To assist during the installation of the solution package, so with the openIMIS sandbox, so we'll collaborate with the sandbox project to support and to get support installing the new packages, and but also to get feedback from them on quality and bugs that might have been identified by them, together also with the end users or implementers that will use those packages, and whenever possible to participate to international events and organize side events and workshops. Now, the initial schedule and milestone. So based on the deadlines of deliverables that was presented in the thermal references, there are mentioned like 3 solution packages to be built, and these solution packages are synchronized with the biannual releases. So you can see there is until February and until August. So the work on the solution packages, and 2 months before the end of the month for the releases, we will actually work on the releases of the openIMIS solution as a global product. There's also about synchronization after and during the release with the documentation update, and of course anything related to reporting. Now, before I finish, what we are actually doing right now, the work in progress. So there was work done by OPM, and I think that was already presented on the functional requirements mapping for social registry and integrated beneficiary registry system. So we are looking to get knowledge of that those functional requirements identified, to take and then consider them in the solution building for at least openIMIS as a social registry and openIMIS as an integrated beneficiary registry. And they also did a gap analysis. So we are reviewing the gap analysis to identify elements that we should develop in priority in order to match more functional requirements for openIMIS based on what it was defined before. So this is everything from the solution building for now, and so we'll continue working on identifying different gaps for the next period, and discuss together on the solution on how to package those elements in order to deliver the first package, if possible, before the April 2025 release. Thank you.